Hi guys, and welcome back to Petrolhead Podcasts. I have owned this 2024 BMW 330i xDrive for about 6 months now, and thought it would be a good time to release an ownership video highlighting all of the good and bad of my ownership experience so far with the vehicle, having already used it extensively on road trips and as my daily driver. I hope this will be helpful for anyone interested in buying a 3 Series or just interested in the vehicle in general. Starting off with the positives of the ownership experience, and the first is the driving dynamics of the vehicle. The 330i, with the M Sport suspension like the vehicle I own has, is very fun to drive, with an extremely planted and stable feeling and barely any body roll in corners. It is a joy to drive on twisty roads, and even in daily driving on highway on-ramps and off-ramps, you can feel the agility of the vehicle. This is combined with a front end that feels light and is eager to turn in and steering that is well-weighted, quick and accurate. The engine, despite only being a 2-liter 4-cylinder, has a lot of low-end torque, feels effortless to accelerate and is very refined. The 8-speed transmission is also smooth, fast to shift and works well with the engine. Overall, this vehicle is very fun to drive, and owning this vehicle has made me appreciate BMW's amazing drivetrain tuning. The second positive has been the technology of the vehicle. I find most of BMW's in-car technology to be intuitive and well-designed. The head-up display is useful and allows the vehicle's speed and navigation instructions to be projected onto the windscreen, and it allows you to never have to move your eyes away from the road when driving, which I appreciate. The lane-keeping system in the car is one of the best I've experienced and a notable improvement from earlier BMW systems, such as the one I had in my 2021 BMW X3. Even in regular driving, it feels like a semi-self-steer system and effectively corrects you and keeps your car pointed on the intended path if you start to drift away from the lane, rather than just either vibrating the steering wheel, applying brake force, or just counter-steering as some systems do. The 360-degree cameras are also very well done. You have a remote 3D view that you can use on your phone to monitor the car in real time anywhere in the world, a wide-angle view that is helpful when pulling out of parking spots or intersections, and a cool 3D view. The gauge cluster and infotainment display are also very high quality and offer a lot of features, even though admittedly the infotainment system is complicated and a lot of the features are buried in sub-menus that are hard to access. The third positive with the 330i has been the build quality. The interior feels rock solid without any creaks, rattles, and everything feels very well put together. The controls all have an expensive feel, and you have soft touch plastics, metal trim pieces, and high-grade leatherette covering almost all of the surfaces you can see and touch. The interior feels expensive and definitely a highlight of the vehicle. The fourth positive with the 330i is just the styling of the vehicle. Unlike some recent BMW models that have controversial styling, the 3 Series still looks like a traditional BMW with its well-proportioned kidney grille, the classic rear-wheel drive sedan profile, and the aggressive M Sport bumpers and Shadowline black trim on this model also add to the sporty appearance. The last positive I want to mention is the fuel consumption. The 330i achieves surprisingly good fuel efficiency for a non-hybrid vehicle, and especially considering the vehicle's sporty driving dynamics. The EPA estimates the fuel economy at 27 mpg combined and 33 mpg highway. I have done better than those estimates and averaged 28 mpg overall and 35 mpg on the highway, even though I primarily use the comfort and sport driving modes and very rarely use the most efficient Eco Pro mode. Moving on to the negatives, and the first is comfort. The downside to the sporty driving dynamics is that the car's ride quality with the M Sport suspension is on the firm side and feels stiff over uneven pavement. However, it must be said that it still is relatively comfortable thanks to the isolated feeling that BMW has engineered into the vehicle, and additionally, the vehicle feels settled without any secondary motions after experiencing a bump, which helps make the ride quality feel acceptable. Related to comfort, I feel that the vehicle is not as quiet as I thought it would be on highways, with wind noise being rather noticeable, although again it is not terrible, but just not as hushed as the best luxury cars. The second negative with the 330i is BMW's cost cutting. Compared to the 2021 X3 I had and earlier 3 Series model years of the current generation, a lot of features have been deleted by BMW. For example, gesture control, which lets you turn the volume up or down and switch tracks with hand gestures, is no longer available. The map pockets on the back of the front seats have been removed. The ambient lighting in the door pockets have been deleted as well. The coin holder below the driver's side air vent has also been removed. Granted, none of these are deal breakers, and people who are first-time BMW owners might not even know they were ever offered. But as a repeat BMW customer, it feels disappointing that they have resorted to all of this cost cutting, especially when none of these parts cost a lot to add to the car. Overall, I have really enjoyed my ownership experience of the 3 Series. While it is still too early to report on any reliability issues as well as maintenance costs, I think I have gotten to know the overall product characteristics of the 3 Series pretty well over the first 6 months of ownership, and it has been a very pleasant vehicle to own, despite some of the negatives. If you are curious as to why I bought this 3 Series and what other vehicles I considered during my search process, be sure to check out my new car introduction video that is linked in the description below. What are your thoughts on the BMW 3 Series? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to be the first to see more amazing content like this in the future. Cheers!